Oh man. Hey, shalom everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome back to Rise and Scripts, baby. What's up? I'm Shalom. What's up? What up? Man, I'm out here. There's been some sucky out here, but I'm out here. I'm out here, man. So, haven't come on in, everybody. Come on in. Let's get back to the ancient Book of Jasher. So I haven't been reading. My grandfather died. Uh That's why the last reading was like it was. My grandfather died. Oh man, heavy thing. My grandfather's name was Joseph. Joseph Irvin Shalom. And reading about Joseph, really hit my heart. And we still reading about Joseph. We got a lot of ways to go to finish reading about old Joseph, man. So we're gonna read. We're gonna read. We're gonna try to get it in and maneuver. One, two. And maneuver our way through the scriptures. Oh, man. All right, we're gonna maneuver our way through the scriptures and try not to cry, man. Try not to cry when I speak my grandfather's name. Yeah, my grandfather was like my father. He was like my father. So it hit hard. It hit me hard. Hurt. I felt like when Jacob thought he lost Joseph, when Jacob thought he lost Joseph, and he was crying for days and days, and he didn't want nobody else to no, Benjamin can't go. Y'all lost my first child. My other child. Now y'all gonna lose another one. But we're gonna push through because that is what we have to do. We need to push through. It may be hard times, and you give people the respect and reverence and honor that is due, and he is due some honor. He is due some respect and some reverence, but not as much as the Most High. The Most High gets way more than anybody because he deserves it way more than anybody. But we're here to see what it is and what it ain't, what you can and what you can't, and the do's and the don'ts. And we're going to try to decipher that and find the treasures that was laid before us by the scribes to tell us and remind us of the things that were in the past, of the things that were of aforetime, that were here for our learning, so we can make better decisions in our lifetimes, and probably they may have made back then, or that the future people are going to make. So we have to be the bridge in certain cases. We have to be the links in certain cases to be able to take what's from the old, link up with it, and get ready for the next one to link up with it as well. But we have to keep it going. We got to keep those old things going. What people think is old things, but really, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what it is. So it ain't broke. Shit ain't broke. Don't try to fix it. Do it. Let it work. Work how it need to work. It's on you. Work how you supposed to work. Do what you supposed to do. It's on you. But hey, let's go ahead and blow up the trumpets for the Most High God, man. For allowing us to open our eyes, man, when so many are not able. And as long as you have breath to breathe, then you have all you need to succeed, man. No matter what you think is going on, you have all you need to succeed. So let's do that. Succeed at little and work our way up to succeeding at big. And today we're going to succeed at reading chapter 55 in the ancient book of Jasher, as referenced by Joshua 10 and 13 in Joshua 10 and 13, 2 Samuel 1 and 18, and 2 Timothy 3 and 8. Chapter 55 is called Israelites Settled in Egypt. But let's blow the trumpet so we can be remembered. Help me there, Lord, through my grievous times. Help me in the good times. Help me when you're on my mind, and help me when you're not. Help me when things make me slip and fumble and stall. Help me through it all. All right. Chapter 55 of the ancient book of Jasher. Let's read and grow. Let's read and grow. Read and grow. Chapter 55. The Israelites settle in Egypt. Israelites settle in Egypt. Yeah. Whew. And it came to pass after this that Jacob said, I will go and see my son in Egypt, and I will then come back to the land of Canaan, of which God had spoken unto Abraham. For I cannot leave the land of my birthplace. Behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, Go down to Egypt with all thy household, and remain there. Fear not to go down to Egypt, for I will there make thee a great nation. And Jacob said within himself, I and see my son, whether the fear of his God is yet in his heart amidst all the inhabitants of Egypt. Hey, like, comment, subscribe, share, tell you people, man, we out here reading shit, man. You can come on in. Come on in and see what it is and what it ain't, what you can and what you can't, and the do's and the don'ts. And the Lord said unto Jacob, Fear not about Joseph, for he still retaineth his integrity to serve me. As will seem good in thy sight. And Jacob rejoiced exceedingly concerning his son. And at that time, Jacob commanded his sons and his household to go to Egypt according to the word of the Lord unto him. And Jacob rose up with his sons and all his household, and he went out from the land of Canaan, from Beersheba, and with joy and gladness of heart. And there they went to the land of Egypt. And it came to pass, when they came near Egypt, Jacob sent Judah before him to Joseph, that he might show him the situation in Egypt. And Judah did according to the word of his father. And he hastened and ran and came to Joseph. And they assigned for them a place in the land of Goshen for all his household. And Judah returned and came along the road to his father. And Joseph harnessed his chariot, and he assembled all his mighty men and his servants and all the officers of Egypt in order to go and meet his father Jacob. And Joseph's mandate was proclaimed in Egypt, saying, All that do not go to meet Jacob shall die. Ooh, you better go see my daddy, boy. Man, you don't go see my daddy, I'm going to kill you. My daddy's a man. And on the next day, Joseph went forth with all Egypt, a great and mighty host, all dressed in garments of fine linen and purple, and with instruments of silver and gold, and with their instruments of war with them. And they all went to meet Jacob with all sorts of musical instruments, with drums and timbrels, strewing myrrh and aloes, and all along the road. And they all went after this fashion, and the earth shook at their shoutings. And all the women of Egypt went upon the roofs of Egypt and upon the walls to meet Jacob. And upon the head of Joseph was Pharaoh's regal crown, for Pharaoh had sent it unto him to put it in the time on at the time of his going to meet his father. And when Joseph came within 50 cubits of his father, he alighted from the chariot, and he walked toward his father. And when all of the officers of Egypt and her nobles saw that Joseph had gone on foot to get toward his father, they also alighted and walked on foot toward Jacob. And when Jacob approached the camp of Joseph, Jacob observed the camp that was coming toward him with Joseph, and it gratified him, and Jacob was astonished at it. And Jacob said unto Judah, Who is that man whom I see in the camp of Egypt, dressed in kingly robes, with a very red garment upon him, and a royal crown upon his head? Who has alighted from his chariot and is coming toward us? And Judah answered his father, saying, He is thy son Joseph, the king. And Jacob rejoiced in seeing the glory of his son. Pull, my boy looking good. Look at that boy up there, man. I ain't never seen that boy look so good, boy. Even alive, man. That boy look good to me. My boy, look, my boy. And Joseph came nigh unto his father, and he bowed to his father. And all the men of the camp bowed to the ground with him before Jacob. And behold, Jacob ran and hastened to his son Joseph and fell upon his neck and kissed him. And they wept. And Joseph also embraced his father and kissed him. And they wept. And all the people of Egypt wept with him. And Jacob said unto Joseph, now I will die cheerfully after I have seen thy face. Thou art still living and with glory. And the sons of Jacob and their wives and their children and their servants and all the household of Jacob went exceedingly with Joseph, and they kissed him and wept greatly with him. And Joseph and all his people returned afterward home to Egypt. And Jacob and his sons and all the children of his household came with Joseph to Egypt. And Joseph placed them in the best part of Egypt in the land of Goshen. And Joseph said unto his father and unto his brethren, I will go up and tell Pharaoh, saying, my brethren and my father's household and all belonging to him have come unto me. And behold, they are in the land of Goshen. And Joseph did so and took for his brethren Reuben, Issachar, Zebulun, and his brother Benjamin, and he placed them before Pharaoh. And Joseph spake unto Pharaoh, saying, my brethren and my father's household and all belonging to them together with their flocks and cattle have come unto me from the land of Canaan to sojourn in Egypt, for the famine was sore upon them. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, place thy father and thy brethren in the best part of the land, withhold not from them all that is good, and cause them to eat of the fat of the land. And Joseph answered, saying, behold, I have stationed them in the land of Goshen, for they are shepherds, and therefore let them remain in Goshen to feed their flocks apart from the Egyptians. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, do with thy brethren all that they shall say unto thee. And the sons of Jacob bowed down to Pharaoh, and they went forth from him in peace. And Joseph afterward brought his father before Pharaoh. And Jacob came and bowed down to Pharaoh, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh. And he went out, and Jacob and all his sons and all his household dwelt in the land of Goshen. Jacob settles in Goshen. In the second year, that is, in the 130th year of the life of Jacob, Joseph maintained his father and his brethren and all his father's household with bread according to their little ones all the days of the famine, and they lacked nothing. And Joseph gave unto them the best part of the whole land, and the best of Egypt had they all the days of Joseph. And Joseph also gave unto them and unto the whole of his father's household clothes and garments year by year. And the sons of Jacob remained securely in Egypt all the days of their brother. And Jacob also ate at Joseph's table. And Jacob and his sons did not leave Joseph's table day or night, and besides what Jacob's children consumed in their houses. And all Egypt ate bread during the days of the famine from the house of Joseph. For all the Egyptians sold all belonging to them on account of the famine. And Joseph purchased all the land of the fields of Egypt for bread on the account of Pharaoh. And Joseph supplied all Egypt with bread all the days of the famine. And Joseph collected all the silver and gold that came into him for the corn which they bought throughout the land. And he accumulated much gold and silver, besides an immense quantity of onyx stones, bdellium, and valuable garments, which they brought unto Joseph for every part of the land when their money was spent. And Joseph took all the silver and gold that came into his hand, about 72 talents of gold and silver, and also onyx stones and bdellium in great abundance. And Joseph went and concealed them in the 4 parts. And he concealed one part in the wilderness, near the Red Sea. And one part by the wilderness, and one part by the river Parath, and the 3rd and 4th part concealed in the desert opposite of the wilderness of Persia and Media. And he took part of the gold and silver that was left, and gave it unto all his brothers, and unto all his father's household, and unto all the women of his father's household. And the rest he brought to the house of Pharaoh, about 20 talents of gold and silver. And Joseph gave all the gold and silver that was left unto Pharaoh, and Pharaoh placed it in the treasury. And the days of the famine ceased after that in the land. And they sowed and reaped in the whole land, and they obtained their usual quantity year by year, and they lacked nothing. And Joseph dwelt securely in Egypt, and the whole land was under his advice. And his father and all his brethren dwelt in the land of Goshen, and took possession of it. And Joseph was very aged, advanced in days, and his two sons Ephraim and Manasseh remained consistently in the house of Jacob, and together with their children of the sons of Jacob, their brethren, to learn the ways of the Lord and his law, the do's and the don'ts, the cans and the can'ts, and the is and the ain'ts. And Joseph was very aged and advanced in days, and his sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, remained consistently in the house of Jacob, together with the children of the sons of Jacob, their brethren, to learn the ways of the Lord and his law. And his two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, remained consistently. And Jacob and his sons dwelt in the land of Egypt, in the land of Goshen, and they took possession in it. And they were fruitful and multiplied in it. And that was chapter 56 of the ancient book of Jasher. We're going to stop at 56. That was chapter 55 of the ancient book of Jasher, as referenced in Joshua 10 and 13, 2 Samuel 1 and 18, and 2 Timothy 3 and 8. And we're going to keep pushing, looking for what it is and what it ain't, what we can and what we can't, and the do's and the don'ts, because that's the best way to move. The best way to move, to stay righteous, and instead of being caught up in the confusion that's happening all around you. The things that are written aforetime were written for our learning, so through the scriptures we might have patience and hope. So do that. You never know what may come along in your time of need, your time of trouble, as you search the scriptures. Page by page, day by day, here a little, there a little, till we seek and find the things that were left behind, the treasures that have been buried deep in the books. If you want to hide something from a nigga, from an Israelite, from you, put it in the book, which they have done, since many of us don't like to read. Take the time to read. And if you don't, I'm going to read. I'll read. I'll read. I'll read. As long as I have breath to breathe and I have all I need to succeed, so I can read. I might as well get up and read. Keep pushing forward. One day at a time, man. Be thankful for every breath that you have. Be thankful for every day that you're able to open your eyes, whether your body hurt, your mind hurt, you still feel tired. Be grateful. Be grateful, because many aren't able to open their eyes anymore. Love your loved ones. Hug your loved ones while you have the opportunity to. While you have the opportunity to. Because you don't know. Like Pimp C said, one day you're here, baby, and then you're gone. So, hey, keep pushing, and let all the bullshit fall down like the walls of Jericho. Give reverence to the Most High. Shalom. One day at a time. Keep pushing one day at a time, everybody. One day at a time. We'll come back next time with chapter 56. Jacob's death. Which I don't want to read, but poor Jacob. Because shit gonna start going downhill. It's a pretty lengthy chapter. It's a couple of pages compared to all the rest. But we'll do that in one sitting next time. We'll come back We have to come back and start reading with Shalom. We'll pick back up in Africans in colonial Louisiana. We're on the last 2 chapters of the book. One of the books showed up. We got to finish. Let me see. We can finish chapter 9 in a day. We can finish chapter 9 and move to chapter 10. All we have is 10 and 11 left. Chapter 10 and 11 left, and that'll be book number 30. This will make book number 30. And then we can get started on the other books. Both books haven't come yet, but we have one, Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, and we have the next one, The Last President, that's supposed to be coming. I don't know which one to read first. I don't know which one came first, but I'll try to figure out which one came first. If The Last President hasn't showed up before I finish reading Africans in colonial Louisiana, then we'll move to Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. Man, I can't wait to read it, see what it's talking about. You know, we'll see if it has any parallels, or, you know, if we can, if anything, we can draw from it to apply it to today, or see what we can see today. Is it prophetic like some say it is? Is he a time traveler like people say he is? Or like the book may suggest he is? But we'll see. We'll see. And that's Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey by Ingersoll Lockwood. But first things first is Africans in colonial Louisiana. We'll keep reading about what's going down here in that Opelousas, baby, and Point Capee and other areas, surrounding areas, Natchez, all the way up to down to New Orleans, and see what's going down. What can we continue to learn? You know, maybe there's just more lies, and hopefully I'm not perpetuating the lies, but you never know what you can find until you open the books. So we're going to open the books and just read and see what it is. Read. And no matter what God you believe in, man, open your book. Open your book and read so you can see the things that you need to do, man, for your God, your belief structure. Follow it. Don't let anybody just tell you anything, because if you don't read, they can. If you don't, they'll deceive you quickly. And how can you discern the spirit if you don't even know what the spirit is you need to be discerning by? How do you know what you need to do? You know, so many questions you have asked and you have that you can ask, but and the answers are right in front of you, but you never take the time to open your mind and open the books to get the answers that you need. So till next time, everybody, man, I'm Shalom. I'm out here, baby. I'm out here. Shalom, shalom. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Keep pushing, man.